Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic:
people who pay for porn. What do you get that you can't find with all the free sites out there? The repairman actually fixes the dishwasher. Don't be fatuous, Jeffrey. A zesty enterprise. The weird shit. We do the weird stuff. Gonna show her the hammer. Specific people. Some time ago a guy the first followed on Instagram for years started an page and I was curious, so I paid for it. And was it worth it? I don't regret it. It wasn't expensive, he was just starting. I wouldn't pay too much for an of this. I do of, and majority of my subs are people who know me in real life because I think it's hotter for them, lol. It 100% is. When I first started booming, a bunch of close female friends of mine made one. I didn't hide that I was a sub and bought lots of custom content from them that I'm not afraid to admit are cherished in the spank bank. Lol, how is it when you interact with them in person? Do you guys just avoid the subject? The exact thing I'd asked for, from the exact person I'd asked. IDK, why it's hard to grasp, people could get all the weird shit they want for free too. They're not only paying if they have an odd kink. None of the free porn would exist if people had not paid for porn for decades, excluding the few amateurs. And that's why AI porn is going to be huge. Pornhub should look into buying a nuclear power plant for its data center to cover what will inevitably be a stupid amount of GPUs cranking out titties. What a strange timeline we've found ourselves in. It would make for an odd press release, but if it gives nuclear power the kick in the ass it needs, I would not mind. The real question should be, how much porn do you watch to justify paying? A lot less than if I didn't pay. Being able to find just the right thing saves a ton of time. Good ROI. Good point. Instead of going on a shady website that opens a new tab every time you click on the video, you can just pay and get a smooth experience. This is going to be a long one and I'm sure some people will get pissed. A few years back I wanted to test out buying porn. Figured it would be better quality and all that fun stuff too. I paid for PH vids, of many vids, browsers, and some weird subscription program thing that came with some sites bundled in. I did this for a little over a year in total, and really quick. I'm also a straight man, so I can only speak for that content, but according to my wife it's similar to the straight, bi, and gay content she consumed. TBH, there was a massive difference in quality between professional content from sites like browsers and 99.9% of these indie creators from PH, of, and many vids. I guess we'll start with browsers and all that, it just has better quality. I mean, we've all seen it on PH. They have multiple cameras and shit to get angles of the stars. I really don't know what other to say than quality. LMAO. As for something like many vids and PH, there were a very few creators that handled things in a professional manner and would make you think it came from browsers. For the most part you're buying content from randoms. You can search for more specific content that you may be into, and a lot of these models will do customs for you. But it's usually these ladies facing a camera and doing things like stripping, and then basically playing with themselves. TBH, I liken it to stuff exes had sent me in the past, but you might get some acting out of these videos. You can for sure find something at many vids, and I'd advise doing that over any other site for amateur content. Of IMO was the absolute fucking worst. UWLULD get women that would charge $20 to $30, basically a browser's sub, and then get nudes, most of them being unprofessional nudes that you could get if you rizzed up a chick. The only time you will get a professional set would be by buying from a professional cosplayer. The videos also sucked, like a lot of girls are just posting a few second clips that again I've had exes send me in the past. If it involves a partner, then you usually get some dude railing a chick and focusing on his dick most the time. Like straight up all you see is bro's dick slamming into the of girl. What makes this worse, especially for the $20 plus subs, is that they nickel and dime the shit out of you. So they will post pics and it ends up being a part of a bundle they made. They will then ask for another $20 or sometimes $50 for the set. It wouldn't be a problem if OT wasn't constantly the same thing, but in a different outfit for a high price. You get some models that will tell you they want or rarely charge for PPV content, which is nice since you pay these professional sites the same for better, usually unrestricted access to content. Look, if some model charges $5 a month, sure, I get spending more for a bundle. Then with you also have these models trying to talk to you, which Jazz created some weird parasocial relationship that seem pretty predatory. What I mean is that they want you to think you're friends to give them money, and it's seemingly working for them. I usually ignore those messages, because it's clear they are mass messages, but I have indulged a couple of them. They will say things like, "Wanna see something?" And if you reply yes, they will make mention of any content or tips you never gave them. One I wasn't even subbed to anymore, AMD, she tried play IMG the broke card on me. She got pissed when I said I wasn't broke, but that her content was meh. I almost forgot to mention that chances are you're talking to someone else other than the model, and it's most likely a dude. Which gets wild since most models offer sexting packages for money. I can't say for sure if it's the model sexting or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if a disgruntled ex leaks out that he was sexting dudes for his of GF is all I'm saying. In the end, I'm not GPing to judge YPU for spending your mommy on porn. I do want to give everyone a heads up on what you're probably getting for paid porn. Anyways, I've been looking at this screen and it's hurting my eyes. If Anyome has any questions, I'm willing to answer them. Upvoted for the detailed reviews. Paying people for their labor. This is the best answer so far. Just like other artists, pay them. I'd bet $50 that 80% of the people asking OP's question also love to jump on Reddit and bemoan companies switching to AI because they don't want to pay them for labor. Suddenly it's not so fun to be treated the same like they treat sex work. It's the same idiots that complain about good journalism having paywalls. People are so allergic to paying for anything nowadays, and they get the shitty content they deserve. Incredible VR and augmented reality, AR, content. Edit, for everyone asking where I get the AR content, I recommend checking out Sex Like Real. There's a subscription, but you can purchase each video individually. It's pretty cool. This, sync with Bluetooth toys also. Y'all some professional gooners, I swear. Jesus Christ, we're trying to have a society here. Easier to find the full videos, I guess. I ain't making to the end of the video. I can't be the only one that skips to the end to see if it finishes how I want. With paid content, you get higher quality, better ethics, and sometimes even custom content or direct interaction. Speaking like a salesman and not a consumer. Would you like to know more? I choose business ethics. Glad I called that guy. I can listen to tons of music free on YouTube, but I still buy albums from my favorite artists. Man shrugging. This thread has made me curious about how much porn sites actually cost. Edit, Brazzers is $9.99 per month billed annually. That's really not that bad, honestly. Supposedly they offer lifetime membership right now, but it wasn't listed when I looked at the checkout page. How different could the porn be for $10? 'Cause nowadays, even if one site doesn't have the vid you want, you could probably find it elsewhere. VR porn is basically a paid-only service at the moment. Supporting sex workers I like directly is a pretty big one. I support sex workers directly. My specific kink. I use too. Unfortunately, I can get off to the 20-second preview they have on the website. Fortunately, you mean vids that aren't on sketchy sites or a trip to Mordor to get playing. Nothing, but that's not why I pay for it. Porn stars deserve to get paid just like any other profession. They're getting paid, nobody works the set for free. All the free content is still monetized to the max. It's not as much of a problem now, but back in the day, porn producers would pay a girl for one scene, release it on a DVD, then repackage that scene into compilations over and over again. They were making even more money by re-releasing scenes, while the participants got paid once. This goes for both guys and girls. They're all taken advantage of. Hotter twinks. Lol, reminds me of this https://youtube.be/gtnqjrfl7gc?C=8 A glossy magazine or hardback book just has kind of a different vibe to it than scrolling through a screen. At the gas station, yeah, let me get that magazine back there. No, not that one. No, the one to the right. The older chick with the big knockers. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, and a pack of zigzags. I remember when Reddit used to shame people because porn actors weren't paid properly. Now they shame people for paying for porn. These are people who grew up not paying for anything, films, news, music, and are basically allergic to paying for good content. That's why half the stuff they consume is trash tier, including all their news and entertainment. If people didn't pay for it, we wouldn't have the amount of free stuff we have. Free stolen. It's stolen stuff. My wife wanted to see what the fuss was about but hated the free porn, so I bought a Bellesa membership and she likes that a lot more. Bellesa is amazing. I subscribed because I would only watch porn if it was from a more ethical production studio. And yes, it absolutely helps that it's geared towards women, and shows men what women like. A lack of ads, I presume. I already got my dick in my hand and ready to use it. I'll wait the 5 seconds until I can skip the ad. 5 seconds. I already busted, that's why I pay. Ad blockers and pop-up blockers exist. It's amazing that people still use the net without protection. Tears of joy. HD VR porn. The free stuff is fairly low res. The 8K or even the 5K stuff is incredibly immersive. I'm not stealing. I'm supporting artists. I'm getting 8 new updates a day. Many reasons. Rolling on the floor laughing man shrugging porn ain't even expensive anymore. Adult time is like $30 a month, but if you sign up for a trial period then cancel they will offer you 50% off every time. They for a huge network of partners as well. Pornhub you get to a point where you're seeing the same old shit but my flavors are a little more niche. No reason you have to, but if you can afford to pay for a service, why not? 2 cents. Knowing that I'm actually helping a person by putting money directly into their pocket, not watching content that is unethically re-uploaded. So many sites are getting better about this, like PH as it works with the people making the content, while also getting niche content that isn't always available from the person I want to see doing it. Win-win IMO. Beats me. For how long do you like to have someone watch while she does that?